Brush cleaner. Good morning. In the what the fuck was I not thinking department? Forgot to clean this brush. And given how much I like these brushes, these are really good. These basically they're Michael's brand of brushes, the Viennas. All right, I'll wash that later as well. Okay. Ching. All right, let's get a little dish here. Get a little oil in there. For children under 10. Okay. Okay. Hey, Peter. I was wondering, did you ever get the tools bag that you borrowed? Good morning, Peter. How are you? No, never did. But given that he's coming around, his tomb's coming around, and we'll be in Boston, bastard, I'm going to crack it open and ask the fucker, where are my tools? Maybe he's got them with him, or he can tell me where they are. Peter. All right, we're going to use a little of this Stash Ship Filth oil. Get some. Actually, I need this, and I need that. Get to the point where we need to replenish this. So I can do this. Almost out of this terpenoid. Got this stuff right here. As a reminder, fill that bottle. Love you too, old man. I'm just amused that you're amused. You're amused, I'm amused. All right, we'll get some cleaning done there in just a second. I'm going to probably have to go in there with do not use rubbing alcohol or you will destroy your paint. But I'll probably go in there with some kind of a cleaning agent. All right, I just want to see. So pressing this thing in, this is going to require a little bit of work to get all fit together. All right, what we're going to do now, I'm looking to see where we're going to need to do some kind of oil painting. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of streaking right up top there. Near the bottom, just kind of streak it up. Hey, Tony, good morning. I've never used, I think I might have used this stuff once. This color is great. The question is whether or not you use the brush itself. So this is an Ammo by MIG oil brusher. Like I said, this is Starship Filth, and it's a terrific color because it's got that kind of black, brownish, grimy kind of look to it. It's fabulous. The only issue with it is I'm just going to drop this stuff in, and then we're going to do some just weathering around it, just streak it. Add a little dimensionality in here. I'm also going to go right at the top here and darken this whole area up. I could do it with black, but I don't want to. Then black will help create shadows, but we'll see. If I think that this is not dark enough, then I'll add black to it. I mean, it's one of the things I really love about oils. So much you can and don't need to do with it. So this is like the first oil thing I picked up, and I've had it for years, and I rarely use it just because when I finally got into oils, I just went and got the tubes instead. All right, there we go. And we'll be able to now start doing the modification to it. Hey, Joe, good morning. How are you, brother? Leave that right there. And let's get my brushes for oils. Hey, Kevin, good morning. All right. There we go. That's ready to go. Let's get a hit of coffee, and we're going to start moving here. And I think we're going to change glasses. Those are useless as tits on a bull. Functioning within parameters with a high amount dopamine. Wow. Wow. Nice, Joe. Dopamine. Okay. There we go. So it's a blend a lot of this in now. Or streaking it right now. I'm going to do some additional streaking of this stuff. But I'm laying down the groundwork right now. A lot of this stuff isn't even going to be seen. Man, I do like this color a lot. It's a little lighter than what I'm typically using, but it's good. Feel like my weekend is going to be less productive again since I had 2 days with no appointments, and now it seems I am taking mom shopping today and tomorrow also. Really? Tony, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of shopping are we talking about? Grocery shopping, clothing, others type of stuff? I'm going to be at the bench all day today. Damn. Wish I could say that. Actually, having said that, I don't know if I could ever hit a bench for an entire day. I think I'd have to get up and do something else at some point. Grocery store and bank and post office books and Costco tomorrow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like you got a full plate, Tony. It's going to wreak havoc a little bit when we get to the priming phase a bit, but that's all right. I can always do this again. That's the other thing about all this stuff. It's like you can always touch anything up again. Okay. Now, oops. Set that down. Now let's get some streaking going. I'm gonna probably end up doing a second color here. Looking at this now, I'm probably gonna do that. But let's at least get this started. Mercy, having a hard time here with lighting. One second, guys. Just gonna push some oils back here a little bit. There we go. Let's get rid of some of that. Okay. Sorry, guys. That's what I was hoping for. Also, Joe. Yeah, I have 2 videos to film and a kit on my bench in front of me. I want to circle. Top of the morning to you, lads. Nice. Tom, what's going on, brother? Yeah. My older daughter is officially moved out. She spent the night last night at her new place, and we'll be just kind of doing some last minute work, getting her place situated and that kind of thing. Let's see what this looks like, shall we? Not bad. Need to do a little bit more blending. It's like over here we go. Oh. Hey, Tony. Jesus. Bruce Campbell has cancer. Yeah, I think we heard about that, which is one of the reasons why he wasn't as involved in what they call it. In the latest Evil Dead stuff, if memory serves. Watched Trial of Mecca last night. I like how he referred to me as a follower of the old school. I was hoping to watch Tim last night, except that I just crashed out. By the time I got up, it was just too late. So instead, I think he'd actually signed off. I just kind of listened to a little music last night and then just went to bed. So how was Tim's live stream then? Was it good? I'm sure it was. I mean, Tim always hosts a great show. Yeah, we're gonna do get some darker paint up here and blend some of this in. Create more shadowing up at the top here. Less filthiness and a little bit more shadowing. That looks pretty good. Let me just throw it on here and see how it looks. Yeah, need to do a little bit more blending. Not a lot, but a little bit more. I don't know that. Yeah. You didn't know that, Peter, yet. He posted it like 2-3 months ago. Yeah. Hey, Tom. Tom number 2 this morning. Good morning, Tom. How are you? How's your arm hand doing? Nerd. Nerd. When does he stream and on what platform? Tim Child of Mecca? He usually live streams, I think it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 to after midnight. 10 p.m. Eastern time till after midnight. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe, noonish. And then I believe the Tuesday, Thursday noonish shows are more focused on his like working on decals and designs for water slides and that kind of thing. I haven't watched it, so I can't really say, but I believe he doesn't do his model work. The evenings, he's primarily working on a hyakushiki and the customization on it. And again, he's on a different level, dude. If you have not caught what he's doing on that, even just watch like a replay of something. Wow. I believe he's probably posting in the community feed, and I'm certain he's doing it on Instagram. It's an old school show, no paper towels. Yeah, true. You guys can see a couple paper. Oh, no, they're hidden behind me. There they are. Hand is fine. I am number 2, AK. Oh, AK the shit. Nice. Not the shit. Not the shit. Only it's funny. It's like the first time the first person of that name that comes in, they get labeled as number one, and the second one is number two. Sorry. Is he streaming on YouTube? Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. I'd highly recommend catching Tim. I mean, if you want to see somebody who does world-class, modeling, but also doesn't have a problem in just stopping what he's doing and just kind of talking to people. Hi, other Tom. Nice. He has no problem stopping what he's doing in order to answer a question. There we go. A little bit of streaking there. Oh, I like that. I think it's always been the hallmark of Tim to, I think the best way of putting it is, Tim is in many ways very down to earth, and I like his approach to how he does stuff. Tim got a new camera. Also, we can get on field trips with him now. Oh, really? Ooh. Yeah, we have a right laugh on the stream. Yeah. Yes, we do. I will try and check it out. Yeah, you should. Evening streams are harder for me to catch. Yeah. But you can always watch him in replay because he does save them, and just kind of like what we do here. You can always watch it the next day. I'm kind of liking that. I'm just going to leave it like that. Again, so little of this is going to be seen. I mean, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean I shouldn't. In fact, now I've got to get in. Oh, I forgot. I got to get in there now, too. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Well, with oils, it shouldn't be a problem. Got to darken out that area a bit. I guess we're doing a lot more oil work today than I thought. Yeah, that's good. The only thing I want to do now is just get more of a black or a Payne's gray. Let me go get my Payne's gray on here. Let's see. I got the diorama set up for the rescue mech. So now I have to a stage to go off of. Nice. Good for you, Joe. Post a short video about it around 2 a.m. last night. Sorry, Tony. What did he post a video about the camera? Timmy finally figured out a phone can stream to OBS. Oh, really? Oh, really? I'm thinking he may have bought an Osmo Nano. What is an Osmo Nano? Yeah. I may be doing something here as well with this because this thing, I mean, the biggest problem I'm having is just, is that I'm not looking to do this kind of stuff that Tim's doing. I'm become that kind of a modeler, but at the same time, I'd like to be able to show people stuff and have the fucking thing focus. Maybe I'm just being a cheap prick all this time and just buying the least expensive cameras, and it might be just time to do the right thing. He may have bought an Osmo camera. All right, let's get some black paint here, or a little Payne's gray. Payne's gray. Oops, and I probably will need. I'm going to put this in the dish. Normally, I wouldn't. Do I want to do that? Do I have a piece of smoke? Ow. I'm going to go grab a piece of cardboard, too. Piece of cardboard. Osmo Nano is a camera. Yeah, I kind of figured it was a camera from the way you described it. Yeah. He was using phone in the clip he posted between. He switched from camera to facing back and switching camera. So I think the only question I'd have for Tim, and I probably will ask him at some point, I might text him, is does he use a camera or does he use I think he uses StreamYard to do all his video stuff. And if he is using StreamYard, is that how he can switch between all the different views? I'm not going to buy a license or pay for a license to StreamYard. Like I said, it's not it's not that kind of a show. But I would be curious if one can do the kind of same, having two cameras and being able to switch between them in YouTube. I sent you a link online. You know what? It's Tony. I got to tell you, what the fuck is using OBS? What is OBS? By the way, Peter sends me shit, and I get his line. I get a what they call it, a ping online from him, a notification. You? No. Why do I have to hear from Peter, but I don't hear from you? Sorry. Because you are listed as muted. Can somebody explain to me how the fuck that happened? Unmute. Sorry, Tony. I guess you were muted. But now that I can do this, I can mute Peter. How's that? Just kidding, Peter. Because I am an attention whore. I love it. Yeah, two cameras on my OBS setup. All right. Thank you. I'm going to take a look at that. I may deploy something like that here. All right. Let's do this. Let's get oil all over my fingers. You use Line? Yes. Because it's the best way to connect with people overseas. Peter in particular, but also Tony uses Line pretty extensively, so it's just easier to do that. With some people I've got, like you, Tom, I think I've got you in my phone as for didn't know you were relatively high tech. I'm not. I'm high tech enough to be dangerous. Let's put it that way. Yes, I use Line. Peter does too, and George has it now. Also because we forced him to. That's right. Ow! 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 Okay, fine. Hey, look, there are people in the community I need to stay in contact with, and sometimes it's easier to do that. Like, people have my cell phone. Joe's a good example of that. I think, Tom, you are too. See if you in there. Ken, speaking of Ken, that son of a bitch, he owes me $2. Hey, Ken, how are you, brother? Now, Ken, we haven't texted in a while, but yeah, Ken's got my phone number. So, staying in contact with people that way offline is easier. And it's, in my opinion, it could be better than doing it via social media. Morning from the most low tech among us. Come on. Ken, you're so young still. You're so hip. And besides, you're probably like me. Hey, honey, how does this work? As he goes to his children and asks how to use a phone or an app on a phone. I love doing that. All right, let's get some Payne's Gray down. One thing with Timmy, don't ask him to do math. Well, no. And I'm okay with that because I would rather ask him, hey, how did you do this on this model What's your thought process, rather? And if I need math, I'll ask somebody who's into math. That is me. Figure this fangled thing out for old dad. Yeah, dude. It is the craziest thing when watching my younger daughter's impatience when she's like, "Oh, you can do this on your phone." And my wife and I are kind of like, and my wife's a little bit more skilled because she's an Apple person. I'm not. So watching her kind of move things across, and my daughter's like impatiently standing behind her with her finger kind of like over her phone. And then after a while, she might just like, "No, you do this," and you start pushing these things. And my wife's like, "Stop! I can figure this out. Just show me." My daughter just bangs through things so fast. It's funny. Great. I haven't had people in line in such a long while. I forgot. Nice. Yeah, Tom, we can go that way if you want. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I can't even use my Apple TV in the living room easily, and I went to school for computer stuff. Yeah, dude. The problem with a lot of that stuff is, I mean, I can bang through an Apple TV without a problem just because we've got one here and we deploy them in the field. So generally, I got most of that figured out. Anything that touches work, normally I can figure out pretty easily. And especially if I play with it often enough. All right. Just getting some of this shit off of here. There we go. Cap it. Okay. Let's see. I can't even use my movie. You going to see the Kurosawa film today? It's not today. It's only opening in Los Angeles and New York today. Next weekend is when it goes into more general. It's funny, actually. It opens up in Boston next weekend. I think it's only there for a few days. I think right now I've only seen Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What the fuck? And then every week they add additional places. I mean, they're going into like October, if I'm correct. But yeah. Oh, I thought it was today in Brooklyn. No, only so if you take a look at the ad, yeah, it's like limited opening this weekend in New York and Los Angeles. Shocking. And then every place else it starts opening up next weekend. Line? What's this? Curious minds want to know. Looks like I need to search you by username because you didn't register your phone number. Probably not. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Look me up. We'll figure it out, Tom. To be fair, I do not usually watch the TV in the living room anyway, so no need to figure it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why bother, right? Trying to explain why filling up the car with gas is a traumatic experience at 1685. Oh my God. Per liter, as it equates to $9.72 per gallon, but he somehow effed up the math to less than $2 per gallon. I'm sorry, what the hell? Hold it. They charge you only $2 a gallon as opposed to $9.72. Shit. I thought it was today, but yeah, no. Already tried. All right, let me do. All right, fine. Let me see if I can figure this out. $9.72. Yeah. I mean, European prices, from what I understand, generally are more expensive, but poof, that's just insanity. All right, I'm trying to help out Tom here. I have not added an email address. Fine by me. Pair a device, no. Two-factor authentication, I probably should do. I'll log in, yeah. Devices. Don't need more devices than this. I have received no friend requests. You should realize the U.S. has the cheapest gas in the world. Yep. No, Timmy thought it was less than $2 per gallon in Denmark. Oh, Tim. Oh, I see. But in reality, it's almost $10. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. Wow. Don't have him run a gas station in Denmark. I need a fancier sign at the intersection if gas goes up that high. Oh, yeah, dude. Ken, we can take a guess here. How much do you think gas is going to go up to here in the U.S.? I'm thinking before end of year we're going to be at $6, give or take. Home. Tom, do you have a? Because I don't know your username. I think it's just old school. It should be old school. Yeah, it's old school Gunpla. Yes. Let's see. Is I don't know your username. I need a fancier sign at the intersection. Yep. Well, currently gas is approximately $3.07 per gallon. Currently gas is approximately $3.7 per gallon. Where? In Japan? It's cheaper than here. Tom, my line ID is Moshi2974. You can find me to add for it. Fuck 70. Fuck 75 a gallon. Are you talking? Hold it. What are we talking about? Say what now, Ken? Yeah, I'm trying to say what now, Ken? You think we're going to go up to $75 a gallon of gas? I don't think we're going to get that high. Jesus Christ. If it gets to that point, your economy is just shut down. Your economy is shite. Non-existent. It's like the what was it? Those two scenes in the Austin Powers films. Not $1.75. Fuck 75. Oh, fuck 75. Oh yeah. Found and added. What's this? Nice. All right, I'm waiting to see if I get something from Tom. Jim must have turned on something. Geo must have turned on something real old. What does that mean? Please explain the joke to the foreigners, Ken. Yeah. Fuck equals much bucks in this scenario. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. It's going to be bad. Let's get some oil laid down here. We're going to go right into the interior here. We're just going to darken up this the Starship filth that I laid down earlier. And I'm doing it with, I could go to black, but I'm just going to Payne's gray. I'm looking to cast shadows. I'm not looking to completely blacken the area out. And then once we're done with this one, I'm going to work on the other one too. Let those oils just sit there for a little bit. I'm going to let them dry. You as a friend, also Tom. Nice. And sometimes I'm funny, sometimes I'm not. I don't know. I think you're always funny. I think you always amuse. You always entertain. What? Do I amuse you? Yes. Do I make you laugh? All right. I'm still not seeing anything from Tom. Mine is an epic adventure in itself, if I remember correctly. Oh, fuck yeah. It was just that. Why is this called Friends 2? And why are official accounts considered? I don't want to. Unify 2.0 and NBA Global. Why in dear sweet Jesus' name? Give me attention. What the fuck? Give me attention. Fuck you, Peter. Funny as hell. Are we talking IG handles? I can't find Peter and Tony on IG. No, we're talking about Line, which is kind of like I guess the best way of putting it, an international communication service, texting, phone, that kind of thing. Because maybe it's not the same as other things. Oh, hang on, I'll put it in the chat. Give me attention. Tom, have you sent an invite? Line is what Japan loves. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be maybe potentially an Asian market thing. It's cool. Hey, whatever works. Whatever we can do to continue communication, I'm all in for it. Oops. Stay. I forgot to do the last time, which we're doing now. I'll add later. Got it. Cool. Sorry, guys. It'll just be another moment here. Just laying down some Starship filth on the other side. There we go. And then what we'll probably end up doing is after we get to the weathering phase on this thing, there'll be some Starship filth. I'm not going to super weather this thing. Less muddiness, less griminess, except around the engines. But there will be some kind of I'm going to probably do a very white dust layer. Kind of like sea spray kind of came up and dried. So you get a little bit of that salty look. Remember how Muskie Baby wanted X to be the everything app? That is what Line is in Asia. No shit. But hold it a second, Peter. Do you want to say the everything app? But Line doesn't do any kind of a true social media kind of thing. So you can't post videos, right? Or post photos. We're trying to add you a group chat. Yeah. That's what Line is, except in China. Maggie should be under Anthony Sermoshiello. I think I actually have you there as that. Anyone see Kingdom of Heaven about the 12th century Crusades? Thinking of watching it today. Kingdom of Heaven. I have not. Who directed that? Okay, Jim. Later, everyone. Tom, take it easy, brother. Have fun today. Enjoy your gym time. All right. Let's start smushing this stuff around. Oops. It's a little heavier here, which is fine. So we can move it around. Okay. We're going to get all of this area up here. Create some of that shadowing. There we go. All right. Let's dry the brush a bit. Ridley Scott. We love it. Sam Rockwell. About the Leper King. Some features, some of those features, but in the U.S. they stripped it down for the USA last year. No shit. Really? Huh. And why would they do that? Remember, full range of motion, good negatives too. Why would they have stripped all those features out? I mean, was this sort of like a protectionist scheme to keep X or Instagram or whatever fucking American piece of shit software was on top? Great movie. Ridley Scott, 2005. I'm going to be the first to admit, I'm not the biggest Ridley Scott fan. I think he produced some amazing films, but he also produced some real duds. And I'll be the first to admit, Gladiator is not on my favorites list. Do not like that film. About the Leper King, I don't know the exact reasoning behind it, but it was something with the U.S. and stuff kind of like, that bullshit. Man. Interesting. Thanks, Joe. It looked really good. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at the, again, I'll give anything a shot. Hey, Mike. Good morning. What's going on, brother? How are you? How are you? Mike, any meets today? That's right. We should probably ask that, right? Mike actually might be at a meet and I got a little downtime. All right. Yeah, it's still a little too juicy. Doing great. No meets for 3 weeks. Oh my God, it's like a vacation. Can replace Facebook, Twitter, eBay, Instagram, Messenger, and iTunes. Line sells phones and internet subscriptions. No shit. Wow. Sup, all? Missed you guys. Missed you too, Mike. Hopefully you'll be able to stay on for a little while today. It'd be great to kind of catch up a bit. Jeremy Irons, Sam Rockwell, Orlando Bloom. This movie made me love Jeremy Irons and watch all the. I love Jeremy Irons. I think he's a terrifically talented actor. Mike, you'll appreciate this. My daughter lent a new speed suit to one of her friends. She ripped it while putting it on. Oh man, Ken, that sucks. Oh, all the movies, sorry, cut off. Morning, Mike. All those other movies, sorry, cut off. Kingdom of Heaven was a pretty good movie, by the way. Nice. I'll take a look to see. I don't believe I've ever seen it. Like I said, generally speaking, Ridley Scott, I've got a love-hate relationship with him. Just not his biggest fan. All right, let's get some of this stuff moved a little bit. And then we're going to go in from the top afterward and feather some of this in as well. Do some streaking. Removing a bunch of the oil here. It's a little heavy here. Oh man, that sucks. Oh yeah. So okay, can I ask a really crazy question? Because I remember with dance, it wasn't that different. How expensive is a skin suit? Or a speed suit, excuse me. Is a criminally underappreciated movie. Just make sure to watch the director's cut as the studio edit remove critical storylines. Oh, really? Okay, thank you. That's good to know, Peter. Love when the studio says we have to cut down on this thing and we're gonna therefore cut into bone. The guy plays Dr. Bashir is okay. That was Alexander Siddig. Nice. Cool, Tony. Think I will watch it today after. What's it on, Ken? Is it on after I make a giant batch of pesto and ferment some red onions? Oh man, so expensive. Speed suit starts at around. Yee! Wow. Okay, that makes dance costumes look cheap. Fuck me. Wow. Well, thank God you're loaded, Ken. Oh man. Wow. Wow. I think this one was $4.50. Poor girl felt so bad. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Oh man. Wow. Yeah. Add in the endlessly lost goggles. Really? How do goggles get lost? They only last about 20 races. No, oh my God. Dude. So ballet shoes were sort of the same thing. You'd end up spending something like, I don't know, $100 to $150, and you'd beat the shit out of them, and probably within a couple of months, right? They were toast. Wow, $4.50. No one knows, George. Wow, no one knows. I love it. No one knows. Hey, honey, where are your goggles? I don't know. Then I go take care of dad and then get mom to the store and say, Tony, good luck today, man. Sounds like you got a full plate. All the best. All right, brother. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, having girls famously improves one's amount of disposable income, especially as they get older. I wouldn't say, again, I've never had sons, so I can't really say. Dude, I wouldn't want to be a hockey dad. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't think it's just daughters. To feather this just a bit more. There's some places here that are really dry and other places that are still pretty moist. What I want to do is, like I said, just kind of start feathering this stuff in a little bit more. Maybe do a little bit of streaking here. There we go. Softening those hard edges. Oh yeah, that looks much better. There we go. Yeah, looks good. How's this side looking? I just want to do a little comparison. This side still needs a little bit more feathering. Sorry guys, give me a second here. I went a little higher on this one, which again, I don't really care. I mean, what we're trying to do is just create the right environment. This is going to be internal, so not many people are going to see any of this. But when they do, I want them to just say, okay, I get it. Looks like some griminess in there. Hockey costs are criminal. They can be. Yeah, one of my guys at work, his son plays hockey. We commiserate hard. Oh, yeah. Dude, and again, it's unfortunate that some of these sports every sport has its costs, right? Some more than others, basketball, at least, and soccer, at least, or football, or at least relatively tame in that you only have to, for the most part, can start with a pair of shoes and like a ball, right? That's good. But boy, yeah, hockey, I'm assuming, again, American football, any of that crazy hot. Those are just insane sports. Cycling. Yeah. Ugh. Me looking at my camera equipment and realize I am not positioned to be able to comment on the excessiveness of other hobbies. Absolutely. Later, Tone Luke. Nice. Peter's is smart, being a dang double income, no kids. Yep. Smart and not. Boone and Bane, right? I think we'd all agree, right? Those of us who have kids. Boone and Bane. All right. We'll get some black in there, or Payne's gray in there in just a little bit. Let's feather some more of this out a little bit. We're actually almost done here. In fact, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to do any more of that. It's good enough for what I need. I'm keeping I'd not paint the interior, keeping it the primer figuring. Why not? It would be prime. I don't imagine that they would intentionally paint the interior of a cowling. Maybe they would. Not in my world. Spent $200 on nutrition for my daughter yesterday. Wow. Crazy. It's funny. I know Peter's going to go ape shit over this thing, but it is amazing how much nutrition has really changed athletics over the last decade. It used to be, and I'm not saying that they probably still don't do it, but performance enhancing drugs being the thing. And now it's like, why don't you just improve your nutrition? How, when, what, all of that stuff. Well, I compensate by having to pay rent, bills, and expenses in 2 countries. Well, Peter, fuck, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, I guess having kids is not going to be an easy thing then. Jesus, man. 2 continents. Anyway. Sorry, guys. Got a bit of a froggy in the throat today. I still have to do a little bit of little filthing here. First things first. Oof. Actually, before we do that, let's get all this schmutz off of here. Yeah, if I were to do this over again, the one mistake I think that I did make was I should have put the wires in after I did all of this this finish work, because now it's like I could go in there with a brush and clean everything off, but that's not going to be easy to do. So anyway. Gotta feed the machine. She deserves it, though. Kid is an alien with her training. Don't know where her drive comes from. It is interesting when kids kind of discover that thing, right, Ken? And it's like, yeah, because we do the same thing. It's like we look at both of our kids, and it's like, where did they get this, and where did they get that? It's like, and good stuff, not like bad shit, Where they get that? It can't be from us. Ooh. That was close. All right, let's get a little Payne's Gray top here. Go a little heavier with the paint. Again, just to create shadows in here. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry a bit, and then we'll go in there with it. I could probably have that, Peter, but I have tuition. Killed me. Yeah. Same kid. My daughter is a beast in the pool. Oh, that's my wife. You sure she's mine? Nice. Yeah. I think it is universal that it is a lot easier to spend than to earn money. Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The income never well, I take it back. The income never passes or surpasses our output, right? It always feels like income is just not enough. Yeah. Unless, of course, you're Elon Musk. By the way, I read something very interesting yesterday. How much Musk and Bezos and Zuckerberg have grown their wealth from 2012. Like, we're not talking about like a couple billion. We're talking about they went from somewhere like 20 billion to over 200, 400 billion. Dude, that's a magnitude of billions. And our minimum wage remains at $7.25. Shouldn't make more than that. You don't need more than that. Without sounding un-American, oh God, if this continues, this country is going to fail. That is why I try not to stress about money. It's never enough. Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like you'll, and that's also at the same time, there are a lot of things. It's like, sure, I'd want that, but do I need that? In fact, right now, a lot of like the scale modeling stuff is just pulled back. It's like, look, I've got more models than I'll ever build. Sure, if I see something that I like, I'll buy it, but it's not a necessity. Even like tools for example, I've been adding a lot of tools to my AliExpress and other carts, and it's like, yeah, there's some stuff I'd like, but I mean, it's not like I can't build my models without them, right? they started paying their fair share of taxes, they would still be billionaires. I know. Isn't that fucked? What was it? Like the tax rate for the super rich back in like the 50s was something like 90%. Anyway, fun fact, a summer job in 71 could pay for a year of college tuition. Fun fact. Is that what we call that? Fun? I would say demoralizing fact. Ugh. Minimum wage in the U.S. is equal to 1 gallon. Oh, you poor creature. Oh yeah, dude, it's unconscionable. And then those in power and the wealthy think, but I'm the one putting in all the effort. You're just the worker bee. Why don't you put in some more effort? I'm the one putting my nuts in a sling in order to make this company successful. Therefore, I should get all of the profits, all the money. No. Anyway, we're a fucked country. You need that Fordham. Do I need it? Hey, Mike, here's what I'm going to suggest. Need is a very strong word. I will have to see it in action to see if I need it. So maybe one of these days when you invite me over and I actually have an opportunity to take a look at your workbench, because I'd really like to see that. And then you can show me how your Fordham works. I will discover whether it is a need or a want. How's that? I just invited myself. My job in 71 would be the equivalent of earning $7,000 a week today. Jesus Christ. Wow. My card is full, checkbook empty, still got a smile, started reloading. Nice. Started reloading. Joe. All right, let's go back. Oh, fuck. I got to be careful about which one I'm working on. I'm starting to cross the streams here. This one, that's the first one. That goes there. Just want to make sure I don't mistake these two. I think they're interchangeable, but I'm not going to risk it. All right, let's go in there and this paint's gray. That's an interesting little pop-up sound. Still a little too wet in there, too thick. So I have to. It's a little difficult working in there, but I'll figure it out. I want a rice cooker. I love rice cookers. I couldn't imagine not having one. Let's see. Sorry. Oh man, the bench currently looks like a bomb went up. Mike, are you looking at this shit? Come on. Can't be any worse than this. Like 6 projects running concurrently. Okay, maybe not that bad. Okay, I get it. But you better understand the Europeans switch to EVs when infrastructure is there and gas is $10 a gallon. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, Peter, and the same thing here, except that we got a fuck knuckle who's running our country, who just believes in gas. Unbelievable. We can come over anytime. I want a nice rice cooker. What is a nice rice cooker? Because we got a $30, $40 one we've had for years now, and it is fabulous. Mike, you've been active at the bench lately. I love seeing that. Mike, are you posting on Instagram? Can I have hit manic light speed? Really? Dude, I feel like, okay. Because I'm not on Instagram anymore, I feel like I've lost touch with a lot of this work. No, I'm not going to return to Instagram. I can't. Not at this time. I need to maintain my sanity. YouTube fucks me up enough. I don't need any more fucking up. Okay, so far so good on this side. A little too high there. Let's get rid of some of that oil. I need to get back at it. Went to see Dr. Summeroff and have 2 months. Went to see Dr. Summeroff and have 2 months off. What does this mean, Ken? I haven't posted much. So I work to Mike. Feast or famine? Yeah. One of the on the I'm not sure if we actually talked about it or not, but the upcoming episode of Built Sideways that Mason and I were on. I keep thinking about how it is that one can, progress. What do you do to maintain progress, right? And for me, and I'm not saying this for everybody, this is why I do this thing every morning. Yes, I love meeting and talking with people and everything, but it's also forcing me to be at the bench on a daily basis. It's the only reason why, because it's interesting. The last couple of months, I've been feeling a lot more tired at the end of the day. And, like I said, like last night, it's like by the time I get up, I crash out in the middle of the day. By the time I get up, I'm having a hard time sleeping. So I stay up late and then I crash, I don't know, 1-ish, 2-ish, and wake up at 5 to do it all over again. And look, I'm the one doing this. I'm not faulting anybody. It's my cross to bear. But the one benefit of doing this, though, is every day it does force me to be down here at the bench. All right, let's take a look and see how this is looking. That is looking mighty good. The only thing is, when I painted these things, when I actually airbrushed primer on them, I used this spring clip reverse alligator, and it left the original black color down below. So what I'm going to do is it's a lot larger than I thought. What I'm going to do is, because it looks a little unnatural, I am going to go in there and just Starship filth it a little bit. Let's see. My wife just showed me a funny Tribbles skit, and that Starfleet was behind their genetics and getting to Klingons. Really? Ooh. I said, just emerging from work-related hell, quit my old job, got it. Whoa, Ken, really? It's a highlight. No, hold it, Ken. So Ken, we haven't talked in a while. So in the last couple of months, you resigned from your previous position and you're in a new one? Wow, to George, bench presses are when you are gluing 2 parts. Absolutely. Dude, first of all, no offense. Anybody who likes working in a gym, it is the most boring thing on the planet. Boring. So, no. Having said that, I do need to do something, but I can't be in a gym. No fucking way. No fucking way. Long story, we'll talk about it another time, Peter. I have actually done gym stuff in the past, and handing in a resignation letter is a high like no drug can provide. No way. Damn. Sounds like you needed the change. So happy I left my last job. Yeah. Mike, how's Yale doing for you? Woo, Ken. Ken kind of buried the lead there, didn't he? Wow. Yeah, had enough of their shit and finally got off my ass and did something about it. Good for you. And Ken, can I ask a question? Partly, and it's partially a personal one. As a nurse, how how easy was it to transition to another job that made sense for you? Obviously, as a for a daughter who's about to go into nursing, I am kind of curious. I mean, for her, great, love me job, nice. Are they hiring, Mike? Are they hiring? Hey, Mike, are they hiring? There we go. Just gonna put a little dot there. And all I'm looking to do is get rid of that black, that the black base coat, base color of the Ken is a nurse. Yes, both Ken, if you don't mind, I think both you and your wife are, if memory serves. One of the interesting things about my my younger daughter going into nursing, it's the things that you discover recently. She did what's called CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant, Nurse's Assistant training, and part of that required her to be going to a nursing home and helping out there, and cleaning up, after the elderly. God bless people who do any of that stuff. God bless them. Not nurse, Merce. Jesus, Merce. Are we being a sexist pig here? Is that why you're calling it Merce? But when she was doing that and she was talking about, like, all the stuff that she has to do, and she's been talking about blood, she goes, none of that stuff bothers me. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah. And obviously, I think if you're going to go into those fields, you have to understand that what the human body does and exudes can be rather blah. Male nurse jokes are my favorite. Yes, Peter, I am Gaylord Fokker. Ray! It's a European crossbody satchel, not a man purse. What's going on, Ray? It's been a while. How are you, brother? Yeah, I got to tell you, it's like the stuff that nurses do. My God. And that she said, oh, yeah, I have no problem with any of that. I'm like, wow. That is awesome. All right, let's smooth some of this shit out. Let's kind of hide some of that blackness. Just gonna feather some of this stuff in. Gonna go up a little higher. Yeah, it's still pretty visible. It's a little too punchy. We're gonna go with a little bit of Payne's gray in here too. Do a little bit of shadowing in here. It'll just kind of come down a little bit more with the shadowing. Raymond! Sup, Ray? Look at this. Joe, tell your daughter people will be fighting for her employment. Sign-on bonuses are reaching 20,000 and up. Fuck! Really? So, Ken, if I may then say, I'm assuming the transition for you was not a difficult one. It was more you mentally getting over that hump. Is that correct? Holy, $20,000? What the fuck am I doing with my life? God. I managed to get it as a nurse to work 99 to 2004 till I ditched public service and started being a corporate tool. You said tool. Really? So no disrespect from me, Ken. Really? Peter was a nurse too. Man, I love it. This is okay. I got to tell you guys, these are the conversations I like. These are the conversations that kind of get me jazzed about doing this by talking to everybody in the morning. I love this. Love this. All right, let's get some of this done. Blending a lot of that Payne's gray in. It's hitting that a little bit. It's still a little rough there. Okay, there we go. I think that's fine. You know, again, I'm perseverating on something that will likely not be seen much. Oh, Peter, didn't know that. That's cool. Love the work, hated the working conditions. By working conditions, define. Are you talking about the work that you had to do, or the bullshit around it? That's a 13-hour 3D print take forever. What are you printing, Mike? All right, these are just about done. I'm going to try to fix some of this. I went a little high on this. I'm going to try to pull this stuff back, and we're going to blend in the Payne's gray right now. Yeah, I think I got a little heavy-handed on this one here. Let's get rid of some of that oil. I'm guessing your daughter will start her first job at $40, $50 an hour. Fuck, man. Yeah, and she's already talking about going into getting some kind of a more advanced degree or certification. I know she's talked about doing like becoming a nurse anesthetist, um, possibly going into you know what, like emergency services and stuff like that. I got to tell you, I'm thankful for that, but I'm also just wicked impressed because um, in her say sophomore and junior year of high school, when we were asking her, it's like, what do you want to do? Even like started to tip into her by senior year, she knew she kind of wanted to go in. She had some surgery done, and I think that kind of tipped it for her that she wanted to go into surgery, into nursing. Um, she appreciated the experience with the people that were helping her out. Um, so that was huge for her. But for the longest time, she's like, I don't know what I want to do. So it kind of helped. It kind of made like, where do you want to go for college a little difficult, right? I'm wondering a 132nd Kadu for the Dio. The Kadu are the bipedal animals the Gungans ride. What is a Gungan? Sorry, it sounds Star Wars-ish, but maybe I'm wrong. The BS around it, the lack of protection in psychiatric wards, the compensation, the overtime, tolls it takes in ER. You always meet people on the worst day of their lives. Yeah. All right. So it sounds like, yeah. So you have the administrative bullshit, and then the psychological toll is what it sounds like, right? All right. Peter, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that. I know Ken's talked about, obviously, I think that was the thing that pushed Ken over the edge, what sounds like. Similar kind of thing. It's like, how much bullshit can you take before it's like, I got to move on? Should probably take my own, your guys' advice myself, but yeah, whatever. Okay, let's start streaking out a little bit here. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment here. I'm almost done here with this inner side. I may pull back. Let's actually throw these things in. Yeah, I'm okay with that. There's plenty of shadowing there now, which I'm happy with. All right, let's just throw this thing in place. All right, got some blech there. A little too. Sorry, guys. I'll be there in just a second. Just trying to get some of this squared away. Okay. All right, let's see where we are. Star Wars, Jar Jar Binks species. Got it. Okay, thank you. I agree, Peter. It can be psychologically grueling at times. Wanted to hand in my resignation with a marching band like the guy did. Wow. Wet dream resignation material. Nice. The resignation is the most liberating feeling ever. Even better is the lead up of knowing you're out before telling anyone. Yeah, 118 months till the retirement resignation. Yeah. How many, what do I have left? 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 74 months, I think. What's this? August, September, October. Yeah. 74, 75 months left. I should do that. Just like put like a checkbox here. You know what? Months left. You know, just check off 75, 74. Just check them off. Yeah. But who's counting, right, Peter? But who's counting? All right. That looks like it's going to need. That's going to need some sanding. All right. We're getting ready to button this guy up. All right, that's what we got. I didn't tell anyone. One day I was at work. The next day I wasn't. Hold it. What was it? Hold it. Ken, question. Did you do like an instantaneous resignation? Like, this is my last day? No notice? But I'll be done when I'm retiring in 118 months. Then I know, Peter. But Peter, here's the thing. It's about quality. And I understand that. Congratulations. And I'm glad that you'll be able to do that. Unfortunately, financially, we're not able to do that. So I'm just looking forward to the day I actually get there. That's all that matters. The Irish resignation. Really? Irish resignation? Is that what they call it? When you just basically like, I'm done. Today's my last day. Fuck. Okay. Do I get 2 weeks if they fire me? Yeah. Do they? I literally have 118 centimeter long measuring tape hanging at my bench that gets 1 centimeter shorter every month. Nice. The Irish goodbye is when you leave without saying goodbye. Ken use the professional version. Really? Without saying goodbye. And am I to assume by not saying goodbye, it's like literally just not showing up? Wow. Never heard it called that. All right. Time check. All right. We're going to be doing some oil work in there too. Sure did. No notice. Just an email sent at midnight saying, yeah, today was my last day. No kidding. So did they reach out at all and go, what the fuck? All right. So right now, this is looking good. I'm just going to do a little bit of, what time is it? Yeah, I got about half an hour. I'm going to try to get a little bit of streaking done around here. I've already basically kind of done a panel line wash, but now what I want to do is just dirty up the engine just a smidge. Besides the black panel line wash that was laid down. So I'm not going to do too much of it because I can't imagine these things are like spewing crap. Maybe I'm wrong. Whoa. This is interesting. Sure it is. Erase all my work contacts too. Fuck every last one of them. Wow. They did, but got no response. No shit. Cockpit base painted. Yay, Joe! Deleting your work email and contacts is cathartic as fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big FU for certain. Unfortunately, like not that I have any need to do so, but at our place, it's like I got an IT guy who kind of manages all this stuff. It's like, and he's a wicked smart guy. It's like, I don't think I'd get by with that. Okay. Let's get a little bit of Starship filth. A tiny bit. Tiny bit laid down. And then once this is done, we can button these guys up. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to button this one up. I can't do the other one because I haven't glued it in place yet. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just a couple dots. We're going to do a little bit of streaking on this right now. To me, it is moving to Japan that work prevents the just from appealing. I actually really love my job. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think, remember, we've talked about this a lot, and this is a topic of conversation for many of us. I don't think we hate the work. It's the people around us that make it miserable, whether that's employers or fellow workers, mostly fellow workers. At least that's the statistics talk a lot about that, but that's what makes it bad, right? It's the lack of respect that you're paid at work, not the finances part of it. Sure is Ray still buzzing from it. Wow. That's really awesome, Ken. The mic drop is really the chef's kiss. Kudos. Nice. I know what I did was unprofessional. Yeah. So what? Big deal. One of the things that I think it's getting harder and harder to do is we are there's a we and I'm a little old school in this regard. It's like you want to maintain a professionalism while you're at work and afterward, right? You know, but I think we're now living in a time where, or maybe we have been for a while, and I've just been oblivious to it for the longest time, or just turned a blind eye. Not even oblivious, just turned a blind eye to it. And Ray, I think, is a good example. It's like at some point you just reach that crisis point. It's like, you know what, I'm fucking done with this. And frankly, our employers expect a certain professionalism from us, but they'll fucking cut us in a heartbeat. They'll do something to us in a heartbeat, and we're like, well, that's just the job. You have to deal with it. So when we kind of turn around and do the same thing back at them, have at it. Was professional. My favorite part was the 2 weeks when you're still at the meetings and watching management realize just how much you were holding down on your own. Oh yeah. It was June 29th, the day Travis Bickle knew what he had to do. Nice. In a world of toxic employment and the expectation that you just deal with it, companies are finding out the hard way. We don't care either. Yeah, absolutely. We don't care. It's like you're not that important to me. Yep. Good point, Ray. Not paying people enough is not professional, Ken. Going to start my own business. Nazi puncher. I'll see. Good one, Joe. Never intentionally burn every bridge behind you when leaving. No, I don't think it should be. You know what? I think you have to be judicious about it. I'm a big believer in you don't burn a bridge, but at the same time, don't fuck with me. Like if you're doing that, and I look at like the places that my older daughter has been working at. I can't go into the details of some of this stuff, but there's a lot of unprofessionalism and potential legality of what management is doing down. So when we just decide, when an employee decides, you know what, I'm done with this, and it's like that was unprofessional of you. Well, why don't you look at your own fucking tactics? Just use the old chestnut. It's only business. Exactly. Hey, it's just business. Yeah, agreed. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to just get some of this stuff streaked down a little bit. It's just business. So I didn't mean to do anything here, but hey, just business. There we go. That's nicely put. Good. That was looking good. Let the light of the bridges I burn guide me. Oh, I love that term. Yeah, Ken. My flamethrower puts out some lumens. Pilot, it'll be okay. That's good. A little bit more. It's dry a little too much. All right. Oops, last dot. There we go. I'm good with that. That is done. It's the light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Exactly. I was thinking that same song was just running in my head. Same song was just running in my head. All right, that's done. Let's get this thing popped into place. We get epoxy crap off of there. And we are going to glue this guy into place at this point. It's ready to go. Nope. Okay. Guys, give me a moment here. I'm just trying to get everything lined up. Okay, maybe I am upside down. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Okay. I'm going to leave it there for a second to figure out what the hell I'm going to do to glue it into place. I know my attitude sounds cavalier, but the 2 months before I quit, I was a basket case. Mental health was at an all-time low. Had many a dark night with my thoughts. I also sing the song that never ends. Nice. Ken, may I ask a question? And feel free not to respond. During those last couple of months, when I'm assuming you also reached out for help at work, just saying this is not something that's working, what was the response of, if that is the case, what was the response of the people at your place of employment, the people in management? So if you like, I'm assuming you're gonna like this is not sustainable, you know. Okay. First thing we're gonna do, okay. Now we've done all of that. I am gonna take a bit of sandpaper and round these edges a little bit. I was saying Mickey Mouse Club like at the at the end of Full Metal Jacket. Let's round those edges. On the classic gray, just to put the nail in the coffin, do it in the Roger Rabbit. I didn't reach out for help, but I did warn them that the situation was becoming untenable. Yeah, Never apologize for prioritizing yourself. You won't even get a thank you from an employer if you grind yourself into the ground at a job. Yep. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Now we're going to go around. I think we've now rounded this enough. Or created enough of a bevel. I mean, that's all I really wanted, was just enough of a bevel on this thing. There we go. All right. Let's see. And they did shite. Companies don't care. They just want a warm body to fill slots. They just whore us out like Major the Horse. Yep. Actually got rid of a fish tank. Really? Even if I did wind up setting up 4 more terrariums. Nice. That's where I had a mini breakdown. Wow. Ken, I'm so sorry, man. But I'm happy that things are, you've moved on. How's the new place then? Let's move on to a better topic. How's the new job? I can drop off a tank with your copy of UHF. Nice. No, I don't want fish. I don't want fish. Thank you, but no. One of the best days of our life in this home was when the last fish kind of kicked off. No offense. I don't want fish. All right. Liking. The only thing I got to do is I've got to get this thing glued into place, and that's probably going to end up being with CA. That's going to suck. Preach, brother Ken. I have put in applications elsewhere as well. Good for you, Joe. How about I make this work? It's starting at the end of September. Yahoo! Oh, so you got time off. So Ken, am I to assume right now you're just taking time? Ooh. All right, give me a call today if you want to. Got a little bit. It sounds like he is. Ray, I just made a spell grammar shift. That was an orchid mantis style. I'll have to post it on my channel later today. Nice, yeah. You could call after we're done harassing Geo. Please harass. What time is it? Yeah, I got 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna glue this piece in. Though at the same time, it feels like it's so pressed in right now. I don't know. I know if I don't glue it into place, it'll at some point pop off, especially as we get the motor kicking. But right now, I got to tell you, this thing doesn't feel like it wants to move. fuck it. I'm not going to glue it. It's pressed in. You know, we'll know in the next couple of, I don't know, next week or month or whatever. All right, let's get the prop on here temporarily. Black is positive if memory serves. I think I might have cooked the battery. I hope I cooked the battery as opposed to cooking the motor. Because if the motor's cooked, well, any wiring is done at this point. Let's see. And somehow managed to score 9 Orchid Mantis. Is that Mantis or Manti? Gave some away and kept 4. Hence, all the terrarium builds. Wow, nice, Ray. Do you have pictures anywhere? Awesome, Joe. It is hard to get motivated, but thanks, Ray. If you ever find yourself building car stuff, Mean Machine makes some sweet 3D wheels and rims. I am actually in the market for not an immediate need, but yes, Mike, I'm looking for wheels for a late 60s Lotus 7. If memory serves, the wheels that were used in the Prisoner are not the ones that come with the Tamiya kit. So I would love to get a set of those. So that might be something to look into. That's and I'm talking about, I'm looking for something remarkably specific. All right, let's get another battery because this thing seems to be cooked. At least I hope it's that. I really don't want this fucking motor to have failed. Well, that isn't good so far. Not gonna lie. No, there it goes. Okay, good. The motor is working. I am going to need to balance out those props a little bit. It's definitely doing the shimmy up and down. Out of Derry, New Hampshire. Really? Affordable fast shipment. Ooh, that's convenient. Derry. I wonder who's running that. Want to cut down some flock cameras this weekend? What is a flock camera? All right, guys. We have one nacelle completely done. Next step is to cap the top of this thing and hit it with primer and then start scribing. So from a construction perspective, like an actual physical construction, this thing is done. What's today? Today's the August 1st. Damn. Let's get this one glued into place. This one here is not sitting well. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to notch out of this thing. Because it should be sitting like right there. But it's not. Yay! Can we just get DVD lasers and blind them? What are we talking about? Flock? What's up? First of all, what's a flock camera? Did I miss something here? Gee, I'm surprised that you looked them up. It's the next step towards social score and government control. Oh my God, really? If we build our own, there's no paper trail. We should talk about it on social media. Wow. Okay. I will look that up afterward. A flock camera. That's the way it should drop in. It is not. So these things, it should drop right there and there. However, it is not. So what we're going to need to do is we are going to cut one of those little tabs, those seating tabs. this is all upside down too. Okay, there we go. Motherfucker, you should be sitting there like it's nobody's business. What the fuck? I cannot get this thing to sit. All right. In that case, we're going to grind. Cameras that watch and track license plates. They're called flock cameras? They're AI-powered license plate readers that are really intrusive and leading to a lot of problems. It's some Peter Thiel shit. Oh. Hold it a second. They're scary and being put up exponentially without most of us even knowing what they are actually for. China, here we come. Interesting. I've heard of the technology. I know that there are cameras being used out there, but they're being put up by whom? Private companies on public land? Fuck that. All right, we're going to grind. Let's grind some of this shit away. Need to pull back on that. I'm not going to pull this motor out because it was a bitch and a half to get the wiring in here, and I'm not going to do that. You will lose your shit. You may have to start the Thursday night lives. Oh my God. It's private company that is government subsidized. Well, that kind of makes sense. Peter Thiel and the current administration, shocking. Let's try to find another way to find those illegals, right? Jesus Christ. And every other illegal act. Oh my God. We are living in a 1984 state. And the government loves them. Of course it does. Well, fuck you guys for spoiling my morning. Let's go to this one. The government loves them. Yeah, that's great. You know, I'm one of those guys. I don't generally give a shit what the government does. I mean, but this government, I give a shit a lot about what this government does. I see Thursday nights coming back soon. Yeah. And Ring camera is linked to them. So Flock has access to Ring security cameras. That's good to know. I was thinking about doing, let me see. I would never do a Ring because I don't trust any of that big company shit. Granted, I do have Eero in my house. Having said that, yeah, Echo B, I'm not sure if they're part of that consortium either, but I might just do a third party. Yeah, fuck. Well, as we get closer to the elections, there is a distinct possibility that might happen. Let's go. Right. Hey, Nick. Good morning. Night Owl, the best one. They have open source maps available to see where they are. I curtail my travel to circumvent them. Interesting. Really? So what would one do? Look for something like flock camera maps? How to avoid? Get something with its own recording unit. If you get something with a subscription-based service, it will cost. Oh, no, I've never done a subscription service. It will cost way more in the long run. Buy once, cry once. Yep. Oh, absolutely. And we can do surveillance cameras because, again, I've got access to that through our work. It's independent and wired and internal to your own home. Night Owl. I'll keep an eye out for that one too, Joe. Thank you. What's going on, Nick? Are you back from vacation? Art thou back? Still not sitting flush. Okay. Grind all the way down. And now we'll just stick a file to it. I don't think we can use that, but we can definitely use that. Yeah, just search flock cameras locations near you. I am back home. Nice. How was vacation, Nick? I'm sure you guys had a grand time. Excuse me. Okay. Time's it? Yeah. I got another few minutes and I'm going to get bailing here, guys. My wife is taking off for pottery class in a little bit, and I want to see her before she takes off. Okay, let's take a look to see how the motor's going to fit in here. Okay. I think we've gotten far enough. Yeah, the rest of it, yeah. I'm going to glue it into place. And then I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to glue it into place and then go from there. It was a good trip. Love it. Very happy to hear that, man. Hopefully the whole family had a good time. Not just the fisherman that is you. All right, my friends. So I actually got a lot of accomplished today, which I'm really happy about. The oil work is now done on the inside of the engines. I am going to have to do a little bit of, once we get this thing all glued into place, I will definitely hit this one up with a little bit of Starship filth. So that's done. Sorry, guys. Crazy frog in the throat today. Get all that done. So tomorrow, if I get all of this, let me see, just looking at this, if I get all of this glued into place tonight, cap it, prime it.
George.
Yes, honey.
Time to stay safe and stay sane and go and make the world a better place.
I love my wife. She's awesome. I don't really get the fish, but the kids love being on the boat. That's awesome, man. Good, as long as they had a good time. Anyway, I'm gonna get this thing glued up, and if I got the gumption, I'm gonna get it primed, and that'll be good. Everyone wanted to be at the beach all day. You know what? You're at a beach. Kind of makes sense. Guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on. Go out there and do good. As we were just talking about earlier, this world has a way of you in the nuts, right? I don't know why it's just seen bad by other people. Vilify, call names, treat employees like shit. It doesn't make any out there and show kindness, love, and respect. Do good by others, all right? And if they don't do right by us, do your best for them. And then sorry, I'm not coming to work again ever. Anyway, do good, guys. Enjoy the day. Love you all. Catch you on the flip. Peace.